Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 10 of Idiot Party, weekly independent podcast where we talk about video games. I'm Scott, this is Nick, and if you've been here before, this is pretty much just two dudes talking about gaming and how much we love it and, trying to share the wealth of knowledge we've accumulated during the week when we spend the entirety of our toilet time on our phones.
Yes.
So
or
this,
or say if you're at work and you don't have any work to do.
and you're pretending to work. Got it.
Yeah, or if you're just pretending to work because you have work to do that you don't want to do. Either way.
Well, either way, yeah. It's Nick and I spent a lot of time reading about games and all that, so we just want to share what we got. So this week, Metal Gear, we came out with a special episode Wednesday of last week, kind of talking about our experiences with that. So you can either check that out on YouTube or SoundCloud if you want to hear a whole lot about Metal Gear. But
It's going to be a 3-part series as well, but we need the second part is going to be when we catch up with each other. And so that needs to happen. We need to coordinate where we are on the missions and blah blah blah.
right,
So
hey, I finished mission 12 last night.
Week or so.
So
Okay, I'm on
just
mission
saying.
29.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Okay.
I got quiet and I got DD. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Well, it's gonna be a while until episode 2 comes out of that
Right.
Metal Gear Solid cast, but it will be in depth and wild and crazy, and we're gonna explore all the things. So look
Word
forward
up.
to that.
So other than Metal Gear, which I know Nick has basically been playing that the whole week, I want to talk a little bit about World of Warships.
Yes,
So
let's do it.
last weekend, Operation Supply Drop, which is a military charity that provides consoles, games, and all that sort of thing to troops overseas, NATO
Right,
troops.
fun where there is none.
Yeah,
That's
fun
their
where
motto.
there is none. Absolutely. So we did a charity event last week on Twitch, which I was one of the host broadcasters or special guests or however you want to call it. We
Which
raised,
is really tight. Let's
Oh,
just
yeah.
little quick clap. That's fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
that was-
Congratulations.
that was really cool. I have never broadcasted for 300 people before, and
That's
it was
sick.
it was absolutely insane, and it was more fun than I'd ever had ever on Twitch. It was awesome. But that being said, I never really played this World of Warships game too often, and I just when they were saying, "Hey, we're looking for people to play," I was like, "I play that game," and I immediately downloaded it. So, yeah, that's a really freaking awesome PC game. Like we play World of Tanks, you and I, and it's by the same
Yep.
company. It's by Wargaming, and
Okay, I didn't know that. That makes
yeah,
okay.
it's the exact same company, but it is, I think, more fun than World of Tanks. It's still in beta. The actual release date is 17 September.
Which
But
is in
yeah, it's like
days,
a week.
okay.
It's like a couple of days, but it's pretty much done. But it's very polished, very finished, and
The
it's a lot of
ships
fun.
look really good from what the stream I was watching. Like the deck of your ship, you can see your guns rotating and just like, oh, it looks really detailed and sick, and you can see the rust on the side of. I was impressed. It's a very pretty looking game.
Oh hell yeah, man! So
It's like that battle. It's like third person battleship, but you can see the other person. You're like maneuvering around islands, right?
yeah, absolutely. They've got different maps where some of them are like Arctic, where you're dodging icebergs and things like that. There's a couple of Pacific Theater ones where you're like around little archipelagos and things like that, little islands. It's awesome. It's awesome, and the amount of ships that they have it's a lot. It's less. It feels less of a grind than World of Tanks, because World of Tanks for the Americans, there's like 60 something freaking tanks, and it takes forever to get all of them. This one, not so much. It's a little less daunting, but just want to throw out there that it is free. It is a free to play game. There are microtransactions, but it's not necessary to buy any of that stuff. It just kind of gives you an advantage in terms of just getting new stuff faster than somebody who is just grinding it out. Same thing as World of Tanks. Go to wargaming.net. Again, that's wargaming.net and download World of Warships right now. Well, finish this.
Can you get it
episode.
on Steam, or could you have to get it directly from
You have to
that
get it
website?
directly from Wargaming, unfortunately.
Okay,
Because I
good to know.
checked it out on Steam and it wasn't on there, so I just got it directly from the website. But yeah, so I was playing that last weekend for the charity event. We raised $2,800, just throwing that out there. It was
Right
it
on.
was so much freaking fun. But
Tell
yeah,
me,
so
like, what was chat like when you had 300 people? Did you have to put it into slow mode? Was it just going?
it was
Or
actually it wasn't too bad. There were a couple of times where it got out of control and I couldn't read anything, but for the most part, like if you've ever been on my stream, I like to be as active as I can be with chat. But when you've got like 10 people in there, that's like really easy to do. So I was trying to kind of, I didn't want to change anything about the way I operated on stream. You know, if I got 10 people, 300 people, whatever, I just wanted to be the same. And that was really hard to do. But there were opportunities where we put it in slow mode because we were doing giveaways for like ships and in-game items for the game that Wargaming was actually gave us to give away, which was freaking awesome. The coordination between the developer and the charity.
Operation Supply Drop.
Operation Supply Drop is the freaking bee's knees. I'm wearing my 8-bit salute shirt from the 24-hour broadcast I did in May of this year. Just throwing that out there.
Did you create that one by chance?
No, that was before I got involved with Battle.
Bro, gotta start wearing your shirts. What are you doing wearing other people's shit?
It's from the same company. I mean, that's basically the same thing.
No. Get yours in there.
I gotta get mine in there. All right, I'll wear mine next. I want mine next time. I got this
Plug
really.
away.
I got this really great Destiny one that I made. I'll wear that next podcast. I promise.
Do it.
But yeah, so when we played this game, it was so much fun. I loved everything about it. It was such a great game. So if you're looking for a PC game but you don't want to spend any money, wargaming.net, you can get World of Tanks, World of Warships, and World of Warplanes. All three of those games free to play on that website. So check it out.
Is World of Warplanes the game that people were like, all those videos were coming out of like the Japanese planes cutting the other planes in half? Like you could like, if you turned your plane, certain like model planes, if you turn the plane as another plane is flying, you could cut their wings off and then just take it on that thing.
I have no idea. I played a game, War Thunder, which is similar to like World of Warships and all that.
Maybe that's what I'm confusing it with.
Where it's basically World of Tanks and World of Warplanes mixed into one, where you can do both. And it's a fun game. That's free to play. That's on Steam. War Thunder.
Okay.
So if you wanted to check that out, it's good shit. I really like that game too. I never played World of Warplanes because I heard it was kind of like not that good. So actually, my friend, I'm giving you a shout out, dude, because you texted me earlier and said you liked the podcast. My friend Brandon that I work with, he said that.
Hey, what's up, Brandon?
What's up, man?
Thanks for the like on SoundCloud.
Wired. So he was like, that game like made me so angry I couldn't even play it. So I was like, all right, man, whatever. That's cool. And then he got mad at me and he punched me in the beanbag and it was awful. It's like, don't ever talk about it again in front of me. I was like, Jesus, stop hitting me. So it was War Thunder, I was told, was better. So I went and I played that. It actually turned out to be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Anyway, all these games are free that we're talking about right now, so you should go check them out. So in big gaming news right now, because like I mentioned earlier, Nick and I just basically Metal Gear. But we've got special episodes for that because it's just way too much to talk about in one of our podcasts here. So Xbox Live is coming out with a massive update in November that is supposed to completely change everything about Xbox One. Everything from the getting rid of the tile-based Xbox One dashboard that we've had since launch. It's basically breaking it down to, there's 4 options on the top. You got your home, community, your guide for like your TV, and then the store. And then on the left side, you've just got all your quick action icons. Like you can go into party chat, go into your friends list, go into messages with the click of a button instead of having to go through 2 or 3 menus.
Yeah, it looks like it's all on the left-hand side, right?
Right. And that's going to be
this new user interface, the UI as the kids call it.
Absolutely. It's supposed to cut down on time. I know when you and I play together, when I have to send you a party invite, it seems like it takes way longer than it needs to. So apparently,
if it even works.
Well, apparently it only takes like the press of 2 buttons to get you into a party. So all I got to do is double click my guide button and then go to the left, go to friends, find your name, hit 1 button, and then it automatically sends you a party invite.
It seems like Microsoft, or I guess Xbox, the Xbox division is really trying to reposition themselves as a faster console after this is like the whole benchmark things came out upon the initial launch of the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and everything was PlayStation 4 is faster, has better graphics, blah, blah, blah. Xbox was like, oh, ooh, like so they
But
it seems like they've
Connect.
made a really concerted effort with yeah, but Connect, but the television, and if you want to watch sports, right, nerds? And so yeah, that was.
Right.
But they're changing that now with like moving some of the what aren't they moving some like computational powers over to the cloud to make that faster as well with
That's
like certain games and whatnot.
That's what I had heard. I don't know how true that is, but I had heard that from multiple sources. Like I think I read it on Engadget and
Okay.
something else, maybe IGN. I'm not too sure, but I did read about that. But I don't have it in front of me, so I can't tell you the exact source on that. But that sounds about
Yeah.
right.
So yeah. So without speaking, without knowing too much about what we're talking about.
Right, which is the basis of our podcast. Just we have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, even when we have a computer right in front of, we are on the internet right now as we do this.
I know.
We
I've
can
got
fact check in real time. Fuck that.
I got the Google
So
homepage just sitting there waiting to get used, and I'm not even looking at my keyboard. Screw it. I don't need that. I'll just make facts up as I go along. It'll be awesome. It's real journalism happening right now before your very eyes.
you're goddamn right. So, getting back to what I was saying, though,
Oh
it's
yeah,
been
yeah.
interesting to watch them reposition themselves with this the faster user interface, faster cloud power, and whatever that's coming out with, and then going on with what you were saying with more updates. The thing that's really grabbing me and is huge with the way they are timing the release of this update with the holiday season is the 100 backward compatible games as soon as it launches. Holy shit.
Yeah, that is the biggest selling point for this. I mean, you've got faster party, you've got a community section now, you've got all this other stuff, but the absolute massively glaring feature is right out of the gate 100 Xbox 360 games compatible, boom, ready to happen. As it is right now,
And
you and I are on the Xbox preview program.
Yep.
So we have been able to test this feature out a little bit. I know I played some Geometry Wars on there. I played like Perfect Dark. I think I played for a little bit on there, and
Yeah, I
it's
played Perfect Dark.
yeah, and it's flawless. The cool thing though is that when you're in there, you have your Xbox 360 dashboard that you can open up. So it's like kind of a little nostalgia there, like the old
Oh yeah,
style.
when you launch it, you see the old launch screen and the
Right.
launch noise, and oh, it brings me back.
Right. So what they're saying is, like we said a couple of times already, 100 games ready to go, but they're talking about additionally adding about 300 games after that.
So that's 400 games that
400
developers
games.
have decided to let you have access to, and not be greedy cunts and turn around and be like, you know what? Because they have the option to.
Right.
The developers have the option, not Microsoft, to decide which games. Like, nah, we might want to re-release this as the HD collection. Screw you over pack.
Right.
And it's just like,
Right. Well, even this, check it out. If you pre-ordered Gears of War, the remastered Gears of War, you'd have access to all, I think, 4 Gears of War games on the 360.
Interesting.
Don't quote me. It's definitely 1 through 3, but I think they threw Judgment in there too.
Okay.
But definitely
Did you
1
play
through 3.
Judgment at all?
I did not. No.
I never got into that
Yeah, me
either.
neither.
All right, just curious.
I just played the core trilogy, as it were. It's like the old Star Wars trilogy. Nothing else matters.
Yeah. Oh yeah, love that game. One of the best couch co-op games.
Oh, absolutely, freaking lutely, man. And you know what really kind of sucks is that I wanted to play co-op with you on that, but like so many freaking games came out at the exact same time. It was like, well, Gears of War, I played it 10 years ago. I'm just gonna have to get to it when I get to it after all this other stuff comes out.
Yeah, it's one of those. Just like, yeah, it's gonna have to be on the back burner. We
Yeah,
might get to
really.
that next summer.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic game, and I'd play it again, just not right now, Metal Gear. So, speaking of HD remasters, Grand Theft Auto, no longer,
Yes.
yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5 no longer supporting last generation for updates and patches and all that stuff. So, Xbox 360 users, PS3 users, you are on your own. Rockstar is no longer supporting it, which I guess is fine because I mean, was it nearly 2 years that the next gen has been out? So I mean, that's plenty of time to save up a couple $100 and buy a new one. So I don't know how that's going to fare for those previous generation users. I mean, I'm not one of them, so I can't speak from experience, but yeah, it makes sense. I mean, 2 years is plenty of time. That's my opinion
Yeah,
on it, though.
it's been a weird system transition where it hasn't been a definite thing, and they've kept so many people, or they've kept so many games coming out as dualies for both, which I think is fucking retarded. I mean,
Absolutely.
I kind of understand it because there's such a huge price gap and I mean, 400, $350, that's a lot of money.
Well, absolutely.
But if you're sacrificing the amount of time you're putting into this new game that's supposed to be on the current generation console now in order to, port it over or get it working on an older no, it's time to go. Don't sacrifice the time and resources for that, or the people, when you could be making the core game better, in my opinion. But I don't know if that's how it works. It just seems like,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I mean, there's
It's
plenty of
not
other
I mean,
games
I've
out
heard
there.
things about like Metal Gear Solid 5 doesn't look that good, but that's another one that's just like, yeah, we'll give some lip service to the old consoles, but if you want the full experience, like get it on PC or get it on next gen console or current generation console now. It's not even next generation. That's the mind-blowing thing. I was looking at my day one controller, like day one 2013. I forgot they're this fucking old already. Like,
Yeah, no shit.
I was doing the math, like what was I doing when I bought this console? Like 23. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, 2 years. That's a long time. That's a long time.
It's really also been interesting to see how long it's taken these consoles to like get off the ground and get running. Like this year is finally like the year of the console, like the Xbox and PlayStation 4 coming together with solid lineups and like a great holiday season extending into spring, because spring is this new weird, like, so they finally figured out like not everybody has to cram the releases into the holiday cycle, and that there's this like massive open period before summer games start coming out. And they're like, well, why don't we just start doing it in February? Fucking brilliant. Okay, perfect. Like making me look forward to things almost all year long. I'm totally okay with that.
Absolutely, man. I completely agree with that. I think jamming everything into summer and fall was just, it's too much, and especially with the amount of games that are coming out this year and next year. Just spreading it out is better for everybody. It's better for the developers. It's better for the consumers, because you're not spending a crap ton of money all at once for new stuff. And everybody gets their shot at being game of the year, instead of, getting lost with the big budget AAA stuff. You can get some kind of smaller games that are really good out there. Small games like Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. So
I'm also interested. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm also just interested though, if anything, like what am I trying to say? Like, we've seen the rise of a lot more expos like PAX and Rooster Teeth, and now Twitch, like all these cons and
definitely.
VidCon, and maybe not Comic-Con so much focused on video games, but with all these other now platforms, as opposed to just E3 for you to announce the game, it's giving people a lot more options. And indie developers, they can put a little less money. They don't have to have the floor space for an E3 game. So I wonder if that is playing into the release date switching up that we're seeing now. We're kind of like breaking away from the medium.
Could be, because before it was like, if you didn't show at E3, you were pretty much, people didn't think your game was coming out soon. But now
if you didn't get it into Electronic Gaming Monthly or whatever the other one was.
Absolutely. And now it's like, oh, well, they didn't show at E3. Yeah, let's see what's happened at Gamescom. Oh, they didn't show at Gamescom. What's going on at PAX? Like, do they have a booth? That kind of thing. So there's, like you said, ample opportunity for developers to get their stuff out there. Year round, it seems like every other month there's a new convention that has something to do with gaming or entertainment, that, some big reveal is going on where, it's as exciting as E3 used to be. E3 used to be the shit, and now there's all kinds of other stuff out there. So
it's almost, I feel like that's overwhelming for any gaming journalist to have to cover all of those too, and especially for these. Well, we're seeing two things: the rise of more indie developers and this like blurring the lines of indie developers with AAA capabilities, like this Rocket League team that has that had originally 11 people when they launched the game.
Crazy. Like, now they have so much money they probably don't know what to do with it. It's like Minecraft. Minecraft was what, 3 people?
Yeah, perfect example. Yeah. And so, or like the Dying Light group, the people who made that's not like a typical AAA developer. It's a little bigger than say 12 people, but nonetheless,
it's probably a team of 20, maybe something like that.
A beautiful game that had no reason to be as good as it was. Did not deserve to be as good as it was. It was fucking just a fantastic game from it. It was just like, wait a second. Dead Island, Dying Light, what?
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Like what? Talk about coming into your own. And so, but I'm curious if that has anything. If it, I don't know. Actually, I don't know where I was going with that. Never mind.
Yeah, that's all good. Well, like I said in the beginning, we've been playing pretty much just Gears, or not Gears. I'm sorry, Metal Gear. So,
I got the new Dishonored game coming in the mail. Actually, that should be here maybe today. I'm curious to play that again. The HD remaster for Xbox One now. Yeah, I played and beat that on 360. It was fun. I mean, it was fun when it came out. That when did that come out? Like 2012?
I think it came out around the same time that BioShock Infinite came out. Because I remember there's a lot of comparisons between the two where it was like, is it a rip-off of the other one? Like, who's ripping who off? Because they came out, they were somewhat similar.
Am I in the minority when I say that I fucking hated BioShock Infinite?
I didn't beat it. It was good, but it wasn't one of those games where it was like, I have to beat it. I have to finish this game. Not like the first one. The first one, I was like, I cannot stop playing this game. The second one, I was like,
never played the first one.
Oh, you have to. You have to play the first one. It is the best one.
Okay, Infinite was my first exposure to the series. Sure. I had always seen that big weird underground fucking thing that was the big like the drill hand. Yeah, I had no idea what that was. Yeah, but it was just like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go shoot something. Does it have guns? Okay, I can't really tell. Maybe not. Okay,
the first one was a masterpiece. The other two not so much.
And so yeah, Infinite, I did not understand the hype train behind Infinite. It was one of these, it's like Nintendo to me. I just don't get it.
Right. But fair enough. Well, I think that pretty much sums up this episode. It's kind of a shorter one, but that's all right because we're going to have little special episodes coming out. There's going to be more content coming out from the both of us. So hopefully that'll keep you guys going for a while. But I don't have anything else. If you got anything.
Mario Maker comes out today. That should be fun to watch on Twitch and YouTube gaming. I think I'm going to do some more YouTube gaming this weekend and try and get back into that a bit more. Do some experimenting.
Yeah, I might do that as well. I had a good time with it, and I'm just kind of see how it's going out there. Oh, another thing, I'm getting a PlayStation 4. I wanted to mention that because I know some people had asked like, how come you guys only do Xbox? Well, we're not fanboys. I just it just happens to be that Xbox was the first next-gen console I got. So I pre-ordered the Destiny one because I wanted the white one. So I'm going to start doing some little PlayStation 4 game reviews and that sort of thing so that we can encompass all gamers.
Are you going to focus on strictly PlayStation games for the PlayStation console, or are you going to buy games that you could play on both?
I'm only going to play PlayStation exclusives on the PlayStation.
Interesting, because I've debated on doing that, and I've gotten really close. Like Until Dawn looks fucking awesome. Looks like a great party game, as we mentioned earlier. Couch co-op. You can take turns, or you can incorporate, the group of people. Like, shit, what should we do? And so there's that. That looks like a lot of fun. There's a couple. Firewatch that's coming out for PlayStation 4. I don't know if that's a timed exclusive. It's already out for PC. No Man's Sky is another. I'm pretty sure that is a timed exclusive.
Right.
But I'm trying to think of the stealth exclusives that would be fucking awesome. I know there's a couple out there. Oh, you got like not Shadow of the Colossus. What's that game that everybody was raving about? That stupid dog, the big oversized dog that can like take you places. That looks.
Was it? No,
it looks like. I don't know. It's the one that like the engine. Fuck it. Who cares?
I know what you mean. We'll find out. But yeah, I'm basically because all my friends play Xbox, so that's kind of why I'm gonna do like if I can get it on both, I'll pick Xbox. That's the only reason. It's not because I prefer one over the other. But yeah, the exclusives like Uncharted and things like that, I'll play on the PlayStation. We could talk about it on here. I'll tell you. What I think about it and all interested. That. So that's
another series I never really got into, despite the fact that I was late to the PS3 game. I think we talked about that, so I only grabbed a couple of games with that. Oh, you know what I'm going to grab coming out at the end of the month when I get back from TwitchCon, which I actually need to purchase tickets to today. I was having issues with a fucking debit card.
Oh no,
Jesus, it's such a pain in the ass. But I'm flying out on like Frontier Airlines or some ghetto ass. I didn't even know it still existed.
Oh man,
airline, and then Airbnb-ing it. Yeah, right. So I'm doing that trip on the cheap, but it should be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for that. There'll probably be another podcast before we talk about it. We'll talk about that again. But have you seen that the Xbox One GameStop exclusive white controller?
Yes, I did. I was thinking about the possibility of getting it.
I'm so happy that I held off on getting that black 3.5 millimeter one. Because with those gold triggers, oh
Yeah.
baby, my fingers belong on those. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm so
I was over
excited.
there the other day and I saw it. And I was like, I think I'm buying one of those. I'll take
Is it
one.
out
This
already?
year. I think they had a sign for pre-order for it,
Oh shit. Okay.
but
Because I've really been debating on just getting another like rock candy controller. I have one for my PC. They're actually pretty decent, like a $40 or $50. Like they're slightly cheaper than the name brand Xbox One. They're built
Right.
with all the same components and they're licensed by Microsoft. They're not bad. I don't know. I
Cool,
don't have
man.
like any 3 or 4 player games to play yet, except for maybe like the Rare Replay. But I was thinking about
Yeah.
getting another one of those too, and just having a descending line of shitty controllers, starting with the gold one. So, anyways,
All right. Well, I think that about wraps up episode 10 of Idiot Party. I'm Scott, and this is Nick, and this is a weekly independent podcast where we talk about video games and such. Tune in next week, usually Sundays. Today's Friday, but usually Sundays we do these.
are we gonna do one on Sunday?
Screw it. Let's do one on Sunday.
Oh shit! Double podcast weekend, everybody.
Double podcast weekend. Sunday. Gravedigger. All right, well, this is the end of that. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for listening. Remember, follow us on Twitter at Idiot Party Cast. Check us out on SoundCloud at Idiot Party Cast, and check us out on YouTube at what is it? Oh yeah, Idiot Party Cast. I'm
Oh,
Scott.
and definitely go give our Twitter a follow because it's embarrassing. I think it has like 3 people checking it out. Like
Right.
we need a little more help. We don't pay enough attention to our Twitter, and nobody else does either. And so I guess we should both do it. I should do it, and you should do
Yeah,
it. I would
absolutely.
appreciate it if you check it out. And also the liking and sharing the SoundCloud or YouTube stuff is huge for us. That helps us show potential advertisers like, hey, we have people that are actually engaged who listen to this that tell other people, would you mind sending us free shit and sponsoring us? Because we make 0 money off this right now. And we'd like to
Absolutely.
maybe transition
Yeah.
into covering the cost of, like an internet bill, whatever. So
Absolutely.
we really appreciate your support. We really appreciate you guys listening. Thank you very much. God bless America.
I like that ending. God bless America. All right. See you later. Bye.
All right.